As you all know that prelims is knocking the door and everyone is preparing for the prelims. But before that, we need to also see the trend that what subject consists how many questions. So that's why this particular session has been decided, and in this particular session we are going to discuss history trend analysis. Hello friends, welcome to the trend analysis series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about history. So moving towards the trend analysis part. So here we can see that we have taken data from past 10 years and we have analyzed that for which sector how many questions have come. So when we will see that what are the topics which are very important for your prelims examination in context of history. So the first topic is Prachin India, which is ancient India, and history of prehistoric time, then Indus Valley civilization, Vedic civilization, then in ancient India, what were the religious movements, then also Mauryan Empire, Mauryatar Empire, which is post-Mauryan Empire, and the Gupta Empire, post-Gupta Empire, then Sangam period, then also the different aspect of the ancient India, then coming to the medieval India, which is the Turkeys and how they have attacked the country, the Delhi Sultanate, Sufi and Bhakti movement, Mughal period, and then coming to the late 18th century, which is the 18th century and its various theories related to the 18th century, their economic condition, their political conditions, and then advent of Europeans to the India, then also advent of British to the India, and also whatever the policies of British who has been introduced in the India, then 1857 revolt, this one is very much important. Then various revolts, tribal revolts, peasants revolt, we are also going to discuss. And then British India and different socio-religious movements. We have seen that Raja Ram Mohan Roy movement, B.R. Ambedkar movement, and also the Gandhi movement, Temple Yatra. So many things happened to this thing, Savitri Bai Phule, Jyotiba Phule. So we need to discuss that how these eminent personalities has brought the socio-religious reform in our country. And then we have also discussed that how the idea of political enlightenment has been improved and introduced in the Indian scenario. Also the establishment of the Congress and then national movements. There we will discuss the role of Gandhi in formulating the national movement for the country, and also what were the ideas of Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So these things we will discuss in this area, and then we'll have also the list of governors and viceroys, and then what would be the constitutional aspect of India, and also the miscellaneous. So these are the prospect topics we need to study before examination, and if you'll covering all these topics, then you might be able to solve the answers of the history. When it comes to the total strength, that how many questions come in each year, so here we have taken data of the 10 years, but we will focus on only 5 years, because it's not sometimes very practical possible, because prelims is knocking the door, and in 2-3 months you cannot go through the 10 years of the paper and then you have to do that thing. If people have already prepared, then that's a very good thing for them, but we have to focus on last 5 years. So when it comes to 2022, so what we have seen that from history section 16 question have come, which is a very huge weightage. In 21 also 15, and 2020 13, and 2019 13, and also 2018 14, then 10 13 13 9 9. So what we have seen that recent trends shows that more than 13 questions have come each year in the prelims examination related to the history. So that's why it's very important to revisit all these topics and make MCQ question related to it, and you have to do things according to your prelims. So when it comes to the weightage, so we have seen that in ancient India, the only one question has come from the ancient India and prehistoric time. Then there is a no question from the Indus Valley civilization, Vedic civilization, but we have also the question from religious movement in ancient India. And then there is a question from Mauryan Empire, and then post Mauryan Empire we don't have. Then we don't have question from the Gupta Empire. Sangam period has definitely 1 or 2 question each year. So this would be the analysis. Coming to the modern part, what we have seen that in last 2 years, not many questions have come from the Indian national movement, and they had not discussed much about the what eminent personalities have done. But it does not mean that these kind of question will not repeat, because these are the parts of your syllabus, so you must know about this thing. And then we can see that 1122 questions are coming from each sector, so that's why it's very important to read all these topics. Moving to the recent one, which is the what would be the recent one, we have the analysis which is of 2023. So when it comes to the art and culture, we can see that visual arts 1, language and literature 1, philosophical and religious system 1, and ancient India. We don't have that categories, but how many questions have come? 5 questions have come from the ancient history. Then medieval India, we don't have much categorization, but 2 questions have come from the medieval India. Then coming to the modern India, which is rise of Indian nationalism, 1 questions, important developments during the British Raj, 1 question, and miscellaneous 1 question. So what we have seen that in last year, which is of 2023, the question from history is very low, but it does not mean that you should stop your preparation for the history, because many times you can see that 20 questions are coming from the history area. At least you have to prepare for 15 to 16 questions for the history, because that will boost your marks in the prelims examination. So that's it for today's class. I hope you like this session. If you have any query related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.